Welcome back to another episode of 7,000 Volts Living an Electrified Life. Let me correct that. Welcome back to the last episode of 7,000 Volts of 2025 because we're going into the new year. So, Happy New Year. Everybody's talking about the countdown. 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! That's part of the countdown, right? That's the countdown. But nobody's talking about what they're carrying with them into the new year. See, there's nothing magic about New Year. You're the magic. New Year is not going to bring about change in your life. You do. So that's what we're going to talk about on this episode. So let's dive right in.
Empowering you to live a life fully charged. This is 7,000 Volts, Living an Electrified Life with L.J. Tucker.
So today we're talking about how to cross over into the new year. And as you heard me say in the last episode right before Christmas, grounded. You must be grounded. But we're going to take it a step further. We're going to go into the new year, hopefully with a plan, and we're going to be grounded and fully electrified because there's a few weeks left. There is a few weeks left to try to get our mindset on track. New Year's not going to bring about change. Only the decisions that we make is going to help us go into a new year. You can't take old baggage into a new year. I think we're going into 2026. That is a blessing. So don't take offense to this, but somebody's still living in 1999. It's time to get rid of the 1999, the 1989, the 2009, the 2019 mindset and coming into 2026 fully electrified, just full of, you know what, this year will be different because bam, bam, bam. So I'll give you some bam, bam, bam. The first bam, old habits, bad habits. Old relationships, bad relationships. Follow me. We fit to turn into Michael Jordan. Throw it in the garbage can. Why? I was having a conversation with somebody this week, and as I listened to them, I had to stop them. And I stopped them because I said, man, you don't see the circle? The circle of life, like you for some reason, you transferred back to a default setting and you're doing the same thing, saying the same stuff, allowing the same thing that's been burdening you down, continue to burden you down. And you have to break that habit. And if we don't break those bad habits, we're going to stay in 1999 and we won't get to the year 2026. If the shoe fits, wear it. If I stepped on your toes, say ouch. And let's get out of 1999 so we can thrive in 2026. I say this because for me it's not hard and it don't have to be hard for you. You just have to be willing to do things just a little bit different. If you don't change the channel, you're going to continue to watch the same thing. And so in order to watch different things, we have to do things a little bit different. That's it. Because God created us to be creators. And as a creator, you get to create the life that you want from yourself. And if the same thing bugs you and bothers you, why are we still doing it? Get out of 1999. Get out of the time with the time machine and step into the future. Because 2026 could be the year. But you can finish 2025 up so strong, you'll call 2025 was the year that the scales from my eyes were removed and I started to walk with purpose. You don't have to worry till 2026. People are like, oh, in 2026, things are going to be different. I can't wait. Newsflash, it's not going to be different. You have to start today. You have to start now because 2026 is not magic. It's just another year. We're going to have the countdown, the calendar. It's going to change and we're going to be in 2026 If you had bad habits in 2025 or back in 1999, you're still going to have those same bad habits. So for those that don't know, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. It's not going to happen. You have to do things different. You have to get up a little earlier. You have to brush your teeth, or you're going to have bad breath, and your teeth going to turn a different color, and people not going to want to be around you. You understand? Sometimes you might have to light a candle when you're in the bathroom because it stinks. Do things different. Sometimes people do things just to ignore other people and get a arousal out of them. Stop going after the lowest hanging fruit and plant your own fruit tree so you can be prosperous. You don't have to envy anyone because you are a creator and you can do the same things or better things than other people. My passion is to see people grow. And there's multiple formulas, but you have to be grounded. You have to follow certain basic principles. And if you can follow the basic principles, there's no handcuffs. There's nothing that can stop you. The only person that can stop you is looking right back at you in the mirror. Man, my heart pours out to see people go to another level, but you have to want, I can't want it better than you want it for yourself. Christmas time, the new year, we're right here. We're right there where our spirits are high. We're feeling good. People are in a giving spirit and they're acting a little, people more prone to give away stuff now because it's that time of year. My heart is like that year round, 24/7. And so as I sit here, as I pour out, because I want better for you, and you, let's go into this new year. Let's end this year, 2025, better than ever. I have 2 questions to ask today. What drained me this year and what energized me this year? If you can somehow consciously realize what drained you and what energized you. What drained you and what energized you? We ask that question over and over. What drained me and what energized me? And put the two together, we on our way. Because when you realize eating certain foods drains your energies and you still eat them, we have a problem there, but bear with me for a second. And then when you realize not eating certain foods gave you more of this, if you happen to realize being around certain people and having certain conversations drained you and brought you here, and not being around those same people and being indulged in those same conversations brought you here and it energized you, I have one question. What's the problem? Either you like being drained or you like being energized. So you got to ask yourself, what is it that you like? Do you like being drained, where you feel like you can't go on, you're stressed out, you feel beat up, or do you like being energized, where you feel like you're on cloud 9 and you're on top of the world and everything that you think of happening happens and you just be in that space like you can take over the world? So either you like being energized or you don't. So if you like being drained, well, there's nothing that I can say to help you continue to do what you're doing, because you're going to continue to be drained. And I don't say that lightly. I'm saying that realistically. What drained you this year? What energized you this year? And if you can consciously answer that question of what drained you and what energized you, what's the problem? How can we get and stay at a level that energizes us and stay off the level that de-energizes us and drains us? That's how electricity works. Take away the ground, you have no electricity. If you want an abundant life, stop being drained. If you want to energize, fulfill, purpose-filled life, let's stay energized. That's how you get there. You can't have it both ways. You can't be around toxic people. You can't talk toxic. You can't be engaged in toxic situations and expect to live abundant life. It doesn't happen, you know. So I'll save you some time if you're gonna wait. If you're really waiting since 1999, or you're waiting for 10 or 15 years from now to do things the same way that you always done, that kept you de-energized, broke, disgusted, and unhealthy, that things will get better if you continue to do them the same way, good luck. That's all I got for you. Good luck. I wish you the best, but good luck, because there's no abundant life on that side of the road. Trust me, I've been there. I ran from it. Once I realized what I'm telling you today, I stayed off the drain road. I stayed off the unenergized road. And I came on to the energized road, and I stayed here because this is a place of love, peace, and happiness, and energized. I'm energized. I am energized. I am electrified, and I'm energized because of it. If we want to set any type of New Year's resolutions, I say this to you. Let's set one where the focuses on our behavior. It focuses on what it is that we really wanted to do in life. What do we want to be? That's the question to ask, because you can't wait to New Year's to start. You have to reset. Watch this. Reset your mind and focus on, is something that I'm doing bringing energy to my life, electricity to my life, or is it cutting the lights off and draining me? And so the reset that you want is not default settings, because sometimes we get the gamer's mentality. When we're losing on a game to an opponent, my sons do this, want to reach up real quick and hit reset of the game because they don't want to lose. And I have to be the mediator. Hey, listen, that happens again, I'm just cut the game off and you guys won't be able to play for a week. Because that's the way people just hit reset and start over because you don't want to see the outcome. Well, you can't go through life. There's only so many reset buttons. Some of us are still, like I said, in 1989 or 1999 with the same mindset because we never reset it to move forward. Say, you know what? We're going to finish this level. We're going to get to the end of this level and figure out how to get to the next level. And how you get stuck on that one level is because we do the same thing. And when we do the same thing, the results are mostly going to be the same. Life has a formula. I'm going to say that again. Life has a formula. It's like gravity. It doesn't care if you don't understand the rules. If you jump off a building, gravity will not take a break because you didn't understand how it works. And the results can be catastrophic. But in life, not like gravity, it's almost like school. You can't graduate and get to the next level because you don't understand the formula. If you don't understand the formula, you're going to have financial hardship, unhealthy relationships, and a lot of setbacks because you have to understand the formula. The formula is simple. 1 + 1 is 2. So once you understand the basic concept of math, now you're starting to understand a math concept, a financial concept, and it becomes easy. You heard that word, easy? Most people know what 1 + 1 is. You used to didn't know what 1 + 1 was, but you know now because life has a formula. And once we can understand the basic formula of life, everything else centers itself and falls into place. I'm trying to keep this basic and elementary as possible because there's so much content out there. There's so many podcasts. There's so much information about how to get rich and this and that. Oh, you want this. You want to invest in this. And you want to buy houses. You want to flip a house here. You want to flip it that. You know, you want to take your money, invest it in here. You want to put your money in a trust here and this. And I see this stuff. And I'm like, people don't understand the basic formula of 1 + 1. And we're talking about buying houses and flipping them. It's like, I understand this guy and that guy. They get it because I have that same passion. So we're on the same level. But I'm trying to reach people that to get to a basic level of life, to just managing your life. And there's so much information. And then, I get to mentor with a lot of different people. And when people come to me, it's like, oh, I want to do this and that. I'm like, why do you want to do this and that? Oh, because I was watching this video and I can flip houses and do this and make a lot of money. And I have to be careful with my words so I can encourage and say, listen, we can get to that, but I'm trying to get you on first base. In order to get a person on first base, we have to understand the formula. And the formula is understanding the basics, doing the basics of love, hope, and peace. See, I'm trying to work on that heart, because once we can work on this, everything else falls into place. It doesn't matter what you do to make money. It doesn't matter what it is, but you can't get to any of those financial levels in life when you don't have the basic, the ground. The ground is what's going to get you there, my friends. It doesn't matter what you want to do. The ground will get you to any spot, any place that you desire, that you create for yourself in life. So let me help you. I'm going to leave you with something. I'm going to grab a pen and pencil and write this down. Plant for the season you want. Harvest depends on what you plant. The new year isn't for wishing, it's for sowing. Daily discipline, dramatic moments, small consistent actions create real power. I'm going to say that last part again. Small consistent actions create power. One word for the year. Choose one word. Grounded, discipline, aligned, courage, peace. Let that word filter decisions, relationships, and opportunities. If it doesn't align with your word, it's no. Hey man, I got a business opportunity for you. We got blah, 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 blah. And it starts sounding like French. No. And then it comes to rebuttal. Why not? I don't need a reason. I don't have a reason. It's not something I want to do. When we learn the power of that word no, life shifts. It takes us to another level because it shifts. We talk about the power. Like, you want to see who your true friends are? Start saying no. Hey kid, no. No. And guess what? Friends that are not true friends start dropping off because you told them no. That's the most powerful weapon that you have, is the word no. Learn it, rehearse it, use it. Happy New Year. See you on the other side. God bless.
This has been 7,000 Volts, Living an Electrified Life, available on YouTube and your favorite podcast app. If you enjoyed the show, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. For more information, visit us on the web at ljtucker.com. Remember, stay electrified.